What time is it? Is it here? Oh, no, it's not here yet. I just want my 16-inch MacBook Pro. Oh God, when is this thing coming?
Hey Apple fans, Apple Sheep, and anyone else out there watching, Richard here with another episode of iTalk. And in this one, we are unboxing my brand new 16-inch M1Max MacBook Pro, spec'd out with 64 gigs of unified memory and 2 terabytes on the hard drive. Now, the MacBook Pro goes up to 8 terabytes, but for me that was overkill. And what you saw just before the intro was our melodramatic, over-dramatized, overacted dramatization of how painful it was to wait for almost a month for this thing to come. But it's finally here, and I am so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I can't wait. So let's get this thing unboxed and give our first impressions. And oh my God, there it is. And this is actually a little thinner, so you can actually see the Apple logo. And there it is. That is beautiful. Okay, but first, before we get into the MacBook Pro itself, the MagSafe charging cord. Look at this. And it's braided. MagSafe is back, baby. You know, when I bought my 17-inch MacBook Pro and it didn't have MagSafe, the first thing and really only thing that came to mind is, why? Why did you get rid of MagSafe? It was one of the best features. Apple paperwork. And this year, the MacBook Pro comes with black stickers. So before, the only thing that got black stickers was the Mac Pro. So apparently Apple is using the black stickers now on all the Pro models. And here's the 140 watt fast charge power brick, and with the USB-C connector there. And again, MagSafe. And now for the main event. Wow. And it just turns on all by itself. That's incredible. Wow. And this is incredibly robust feeling. The screen is really well secured to the device, but it does open really easily, and it has a much better feel than my 2017 MacBook Pro. The keyboard looks fantastic on the black anodized background, and I'm telling you, this is really beautiful. So Apple actually just integrated the Magic Keyboard, the same one that you can buy separately for the iPad Pro, onto the new MacBook Pro, and I'm telling you, it looks great with the black anodized background, and the keys are fantastic. Oh my God, this is so much better than my 2017 MacBook Pro with the scissor keyboard, which was awful. I hated that, and most people did. I'm so glad they got rid of that keyboard. You'll also notice that the touch bar is gone. That was a bit controversial. I know most people hated it. I actually kind of liked it for a couple of things. I used it a lot for volume control and controlling the brightness of my keyboard, but honestly, other than that, I didn't really use it for much of anything else in other apps. So, you know, I miss it for that, but I'm sure I'll quickly get over it. You know, I would like to see maybe another version of the touch bar in the future.
That's the whole reason people hate the touch bar, because the function keys are gone.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they can't have both. Why can't you have both?
Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of like the touch bar for certain things, but I'm glad the function keys are back. So this is truly a Pro machine now, and Apple finally listened and brought back many of the ports that Pro users love and have been begging for years. So on the left side of the machine, there is a 3.5mm headphone jack that Apple says supports high impedance headphones. There are a total of 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports on this machine, 2 on the left side, 1 on the right side, that can support 3 external monitors, including the Pro Display XDR. There is the MagSafe port on the left side, which I love. I don't know why they ever got rid of it in the first place. And then also on the right side, there is an SDXC card slot, as well as an HDMI port. So with this machine, you can actually have 3 external monitors connected, plus an HD TV. So this is finally the true Pro machine that Pro users have been asking for years. Now, overall general design, it's a little more rounded edge, which I actually really like, because the edges on my 2017 MacBook Pro, they're really kind of sharp, and they kind of hurt sometimes if you're picking it up. So this is a beautiful design. Now, Apple had this to say about the design.
This is the all-new, completely redesigned MacBook Pro.
The new MacBook Pro has been reimagined in every way.
But it's really not an all-new design in my book. It's really more of a retro design rather than an all-new design. But either way, it's beautiful. It is a little bit bigger and heavier than my 2017-inch MacBook Pro, but that's okay. I would really rather have this super high-end machine that is much more functional and much more powerful than worrying so much about a thin and light MacBook Pro. I think that's one of the big areas where Apple kind of lost its way over the last 5 years, was they were all about trying to make thin and light MacBook Pros and focusing too much on that and not focusing enough on the performance. But this truly focuses on performance. Size comparison, 17-inch MacBook Pro from 2017. This is the 15-inch, and it's almost the same identical footprint as the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. So it's a hair larger, but not by much. It is definitely a little thicker and a little heavier, but it still feels pretty comfortable. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm lugging around a huge ton of weight. So that's it for our unboxing. Overall first impressions, this is a beautiful machine. I love the new design, or the retro design. It's absolutely gorgeous. The screen is gorgeous. The ports are fantastic. MagSafe is back and it's fantastic. I don't know why it ever went away. We're going to do a review video and we're going to do some Geekbench scores and compare them to the 2017 MacBook Pro, my M1 iPad Pro, and my 2020 Intel iMac, and see where we're at. I'm sure this is going to blow those away. We're also going to do some heat testing and some power consumption testing as well. So stay tuned for that video. I'm going to use this thing for a couple of weeks. We'll run some Final Cut Pro and see how it does with that, with rendering. So that's it for this one. I'm Richard. This is iTalk. We hope you enjoyed this unboxing of my brand new 16-inch M1Max MacBook Pro. And until the next one, we'll catch you on the flip side. We are out.